Being a parent is not easy, but when you add into the mix parenting a child with ADHD, a child who is emotionally dysregulated, a child whose lagging skills are 3 to 5 years behind their peers, and one or more parent with ADHD, it is not easy. It is freaking hard. So if this is you, I want you to know you have found your place because you see, I am you. I have 3 sons with ADHD, a spouse with ADHD, and I am living your life. But I am the parent who fell down the rabbit hole. The parent who would sit in her car, tears rolling down her eyes, not knowing how my son or I were going to get through it. A parent who watched as the world washed their hands off my child. A parent who saw what they did to my child because they didn't understand ADHD. And unfortunately, I played a part in destroying my child's self-esteem because I did not understand ADHD. And what I didn't understand that I was actually punishing my child for having ADHD. And after 3 years of being stuck in this awful place, I finally saw the light and understood what I needed to do. And I spent the next 3 years practicing, refining it until I decided that I needed to share this with the world. Because if I could save one child from feeling the way in which my son had felt, and I could help one parent, I truly would have made a difference. So Bootcamp was born out of desperation. Bootcamp was born out of a parent who went to hell and back and figured out what worked and what didn't work. And so I'm so excited today to take you behind the scenes and share with you what you will learn in Bootcamp. Because not only will you get 90 minutes of weekly coaching from me, it is a class followed by a Q&A, and while the session is set for 90 minutes, I will stay for as long as necessary to answer your questions and help you. You also get 35 days of me on speed dial because the shit does not hit the fan at 7 a.m. or 2 o'clock during office hours. The shit hits the fan at 7 p.m. on a Sunday night or 9 o'clock on a Wednesday night. And when you have someone that you can call, someone who can give you support, it is an absolute game changer. You also get in boot camp, and I'm going to take you behind the scenes so you can see what one of the portals, the parenting portal that you get access to, a plethora of resources. So what happens is every week you get the following. You will get the slides and the replay, and then you will get a whole bunch of resources to support what we have learned. So for example, in week one of the things you're going to get is a toolkit to help explain ADHD to your child. Because if your child doesn't understand how their brain works, please don't expect them to take medicine or be prepared to listen to anything that you are saying. You are also going to get the toolkit that you can give to your child's school. Schools do not understand that ADHD is a deficit of executive functions. And unfortunately, we as the parents need to be educating them. So I have an entire set of tools, resources for you to share to the school. I have one document that literally is written in teacher-friendly language that actually explains ADHD through an executive functioning lens. Then you are going to get letters that you can just copy and paste to send to the school to help explain the challenges, but most importantly, what your child needs in order to be successful. Every week, I give you a whole array of ebooks that help you not only with the content that we are learning, but also to do what I call the inner work. So to help you to recognize the heaviness that you are carrying, the guilt and the shame, and how to kick that to the curb. And this is what you get every single week. You will also get the ADHD Parenting Manual, which is a 32-page book, which is kind of the book you wish you would have gotten when your child was diagnosed with ADHD. And of course, the ADHD Parenting Roadmap, which is the step-by-step tool to implement the strategies that we learn. We also have an entire database full with special topics, things like how to end screen time battles, how to get your spouse on board, how to end morning mayhem and bedtime battles. And of course, I have given an entire toolkit on how to use artificial intelligence to support your ADHD child because these tools are life changers. And then, of course, I have an entire section on lying because this is one of the topics that often come up. Then what you will also get access to is my 75-page ultimate guide to teaching your child executive functioning skills. Actually, I can see it's 85 pages, which is filled with tools and tips and all about how to implement. You will also get things like when we go through the unit on how to teach your child time management skills, you will get videos, you get an entire time management implementation guide, which is 10 days of daily tasks that you can do to help your child learn to manage their time. So this is just a few of the resources that you get. Of course, you get these resources for life, well, as long as Google is in existence. And the database is constantly being updated. So as I create new content for my next program, so you as a member of Bootcamp will continue to get it. The other thing is that when you join Bootcamp, you join my family, and I take your commitment very seriously. So one of the things I'm constantly doing is offering free master classes with specialists that I'm bringing in on topics to serve best my parents who have been in boot camp. We have done things like bringing in a trauma expert. Last month, I had a study skills expert who came in and spoke to parents about how to teach their children to study. We have had experts on anxiety, and this is always open to people who are part of my family. So whether you join bootcamp or not, I want to wish you all the best of luck in this journey. It isn't hard. It is not unicorns and rainbows, but as someone who's been there and done it, I can tell you that it can be a lot easier. And when you take intentional action, when you feel supported, everything changes. And to me, the gift of bootcamp is not just me talking and giving you advice. It's not just the entire resource bank that you're going to get access to. It's about being part of a community of parents who are living your life, a community of parents who are not going to give you sympathy because you're that parent with that child, but are going to give you great empathy and understanding. And for me, the hardest part of this journey was two things. Number one was feeling so isolated. And number two was even though I was the queen of knowledge, I was the pauper of implementation. I didn't know how to implement the stuff. I didn't have someone to hold my hand and give me guides. And that is what I'm offering you in bootcamp, the how to. Because most of you are incredible parents. You've watched hundreds of webinars. You probably listen to podcasts. You have all the knowledge. But the gap is in implementation, and that is what bootcamp is all about. So I hope to see you in bootcamp, and even if I don't, I wish you and your kid all the best of luck. Kids with ADHD are incredible. They deserve to soar, and one thing I know is that when you give them the tools, they are able to soar. Their journey may not be what you would have wanted, but it will be an incredible journey no matter. This is Alison Solomon sending you love and light.